Good afternoon, learning enthusiasts. Once again, I am right in front of you, and we don't have much time now. We have got very few hours now before the actual exam would start. Today, as you all know, is 16th of June, and you have got only one single day pending, that is tomorrow. And after tomorrow, by this time, you should have already finished your examination. So this is high time that I speak to you regarding very many things that are very important, not only in the light of the examination, but also in the light of your performance inside the examination. The second point is very, very important. In my yesterday's class, I told you how to do what is called graphic transcription. I told you clearly that graphic transcription is a combination of three important things. One is graphic, the second is trans, third one is script. Graphic transcription means picture is changed into text or text is changed into picture. I told you both of them are prescribed for us. That is, first they give you a text and you have to convert that text into a diagram. And the second one is a particular diagram is given, you have to convert that diagram into a text. I have started with what is called the second activity, that is a particular chart is given for our analysis. We need to be looking at the chart, and based on the content of the chart, we need to be drafting various contents. So that is what is the activity. So in my yesterday's class, before I could actually complete this entire thing, let me summarize what exactly I told you in my previous class. As I am doing, let me proceed. So I told you yesterday, graphic transcription gives you altogether 5 plus 5, some 9 to 10 marks you have been allocated here. So you must be very much conscious when you are attempting this. Yesterday I told you very clearly what is the format of this particular activity. You are going to have the first part, which is nothing but introducing the content of that particular graph. The second one is none other than what exactly is the various trends that you can see, the special things which you can find inside that particular graph. That is the second thing. The third one is an explanation of those special things or any other things that you wish to tell. And fourth and last important thing is very, very important, and it is none other than the projection. That is, you are going to tell or read the total graph correctly, so that how would be the trend in future you are going to indicate. So let us learn all these things one after the other. Now in this case, let us see, I told you also there are three important diagrams that can be given for our analysis. The first one, as you can see here, is none other than a pie chart. This is called a pie chart. It is a clear-cut example of a pie chart. So once a pie chart is given, how this pie chart can be converted into a particular text, let us see. That's what I am going to do now. Internet and electronic gadgets. Electronic gadgets. This is the first one. The second one, as you can see, a pie chart is nothing but which looks like a pie. This is a pie. So you are going to see certain important components of this particular pie chart. So what exactly they are, we are going to identify now. So let us see what they are. So it says internet and electronic gadgets. Second one is classroom and self-study. So third one is what is called, as you can see here, that is private tuitions. Private tuitions. The fourth one is what is called books and magazines. And the last one, as you can see here, is guides and notes. You have some percentages as well. This is for 30%, Then this is for roughly 20%. The next one is for 25%. And the next one is for 10%. And the last one is for 15%. So you can see here a distribution. So you have 50% which is divided into 3 segments and remaining 50% divided into 2 segments. Altogether there are 5 important segments here. This is the diagram which you can see. But if you remember my yesterday's lecture, I clearly told you that first sentence should be in relation with what is called the very type of the diagram. What is the diagram? You are going to see that. So you are going to look at the diagram and see the title also. As you know, the genre of this diagram or the type of this diagram is what is called a pie chart. But there can be pie charts with different subjects and with different titles. So to which particular title, to which particular subtopic or to which particular aspect this particular pie chart really belongs is to be observed rather carefully. So that where can you find it? You need to read the question rather carefully. If you remember my PETS formula, you need to be identifying the type of activity. I told you very clearly PETS in the PETS formula, T stands for type of activity. So what is the type of activity here? If you see the question reads like this. I am writing the question here so that I can explain even that part. What I said, the type of activity. Now look at this, write a report. So this is a particular report on what? On how students acquire knowledge. How students acquire knowledge. How students acquire knowledge through various sources between the age group of 15 to 20 years. Between the age group of 15 and 20 years. Okay, based on the information given below. So you need to be using the information which is supplied here and complete your particular writing. So as I said to you before, the writing will take place in about 100 words. So let me put it that way, in 100 words. In 100 words on. So now is it very clear? We can clearly understand various important things. First of all, what is this particular activity? You are going to write a report. This is the type of activity. So you are going to write a report. Secondly, what is this? This is word length. Okay. Then what is the topic? What is the main theme? The theme is what I am underlining here. So this is the main theme. This entire part which I am boxing for your convenience of understanding, I am boxing it entirely. So this entire thing is what is called the central theme. So whatever you are writing, your entire writing should be focused on this particular aspect only, and you should not go beyond this particular aspect. Whatever you are writing, you must be writing within this particular thing. If you go beyond this, it means you are wasting your number of words. The maximum number of words has already been given to you. So if you are writing more than this, it means you are wasting your time, energy, everything. So we have to focus our entire thing on these three. So the central theme is you are going to write about what has been given. The second is what is the type of activity. Type of activity is useful for fixing the format. What exactly has to be written first, what exactly has to be written next. So to fix the format, we require what is called the type of the activity. Then the word limit, of course, is conditioning us in how many exact words we should be writing the total text. So let us focus in that particular way and let us try and write all these things. So let us start with the beginning itself. So as I told you, you need to be asking certain questions. If this was done yesterday itself, you can ask these questions. Ask these questions. Okay. So what is the first question you can ask for writing this particular exercise? As I told you, I encourage you to write this only, because like in mathematics, you will get full marks for this particular exercise. That is the reason why I always encourage people to write this exercise. So ask these questions, you will get the answers. Like how I did in letter writing, I am going to do in the same way in this exercise also. So let us start with the first question. What is the first question? Ask these questions. First one. What is the central theme? Okay. This is going to be the introduction. Okay. Then second question. After writing the answer to this question, you need to be asking something else. So let me first of all answer this particular question. So I am producing the answer here. Okay. So what is the first question? What is the central theme? As I told you here, this is the central theme. The central theme is given in the brackets. So the given, you need to tell the genre also. What is the genre of this image or the chart? The given pie chart. Okay, talks about. The given pie chart talks about. What is the title? How the students acquire knowledge. Full stop. Okay. The covered age group. The covered age group is from 15 to 20 years. This is the answer to the first question. This is the first question, and you got the answer to the first question. Now let us go to the second question. What exactly you are going to do? Now you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Don't make it more than 20. If you remember correctly, even for long answer question, short answer question, I told you the same. First 20-22 words, you keep it for the introductory part. So this is the introductory part, for the completion of which I have allocated some 22 words. No need for you to write like that. For your understanding and our counting, I am just indicating there. Now we will go to the second one. What is the second one? Let us see. The second part. Okay, first part we have done. In the first part, what did we see? We actually saw the answer to the first question. And what is the first question? What is the central theme? Then the second part is what is called list the special features. List the special features of the diagram. List the special features of the diagram. What are the special features we need to be listing as the beginning part? So let us list it one after the other. What are the special features? Now if you see this, internet, first you need to be able to understand what exactly is what. So 30% of people are using internet. That is the highest among all. You see, learning is happening only, rather in majority cases, only with the help of what is called the electronic gadgets. This 30% stands for what is called internet and electronic gadgets. That is, technology's interference is more than all other traditional things. This is what we understand very immediately by looking at the graph. You look at it. Classroom and self-study, this has been there in the beginning times also. Private tuitions, this also has been there in the beginning times also, previously, when we were children like you. And then books and magazines, even this was present previously. And now you have guides and notes, this was also present. Even though guides and notes came at a later date, initially these three were more. Later only this thing has come. Even then, When you compare all of them, the lion's share is going to what is called internet and electronic gadgets. Next comes what is called this one. So highest number is this. The next one is what is called private tuitions. That is, private tuitions is nothing but whether it is classroom instruction or private tuition, it just indicates the teacher-student learning. That is face-to-face learning, teacher-student interface. That kind of the interface is learning itself, nothing else more than that. So, private tuitions occupies number 2. Then number 3 is nothing but classroom and self-study. So, combined these two, 20 plus 25, that is 45, it is still traditional learning. These two combinedly they indicate traditional. It is not given there. It is not given there. We are actually learning in this way. So this 30% is technology. This indicates what is called technology. This 30%. Then the remaining part is what is called traditional learning. 45% goes to traditional learning. Then the remaining part, if you can see here, that is 10% is books and magazines and guides and notes. Guides and notes, that is remaining. So 25%. So 30 plus 45, 75 and 25 is for extra things. So we can divide the total thing into 3 segments. Although they have divided the entire thing into 5 segments rather, we can divide the total graph into 3 segments and tell that this kind of division is your addition to the graph. What is your addition to the graph? Your addition to the graph is this kind of division. That is, the total graph is subdivided into 3 subunits. So dividing the entire thing into 3 parts is your addition to the total graph. So what are those 3 parts? Let me tell you. First one is technology. Technology. Second one is traditional. Okay, traditional. And third one, technology is, as we saw, 30%. Then traditional is what is called, traditional can be given 45%. And the remaining ones, 10% is for what is called books and magazines. And 15% for guides and notes. So this is 4 and this is 5. So if you take it in this way, so these two together, books and magazines and guides and notes, they are all related to what is called text-based. So let us go to text-based. Text-based. So text-based is remaining 25%, or you can say self-study also. So this is technology, traditional and text-based. The total thing is your graph, and that is 100%. Sir, how do you get this kind of idea, sir? Thinking, sir. If you think in the proper way, automatically you are going to get this kind of division. And only when you get this division, you must be able to write the middle part very correctly in a novel way, in your own way. So don't think it is not possible. By if you can observe it carefully, automatically classification happens very easily. The case is, are you ready to observe it carefully or not? So let us focus on that point. The 3 sources, these are the sources. 3 sources. I asked you to use certain words, certain phrases, all these things. So those words can be employed here. I asked you to use here, there, this, that. You can use those structures also. That's the reason why, in order to show you how to use those structures, I have removed them. So there are 3 sources. What are these sources for? There are 3 sources that help students become knowledgeable. Note the spelling. Become knowledgeable. So what are they? No need to write there. Just put a colon and write those 2. That is technology, comma, traditional system, traditional methods, otherwise. And what is the third one? Text-based activities. Text-based activities. See, this is the introduction to the diagram. First one is the introduction to the total text. This is the introduction to the total diagram. So now you are going to talk what exactly we have done. Okay. So as per the study, the graph talks about a study only. So otherwise you can say directly as per the graph. You can say directly you can say pie chart or directly you can say as per the graph. So as per the graph, 30% knowledge is acquired. As per the graph, 30% of knowledge, 30% of knowledge is acquired with the help of, it is acquired using, with the help of is more. So using technology, 30% of knowledge is acquired using technology, okay, technology, or as it is given like technological using electronic gadgets and internet. Directly we can write the same, no need to indicate because already technology came. So technology is nothing but what are the components? Using the internet and electronic gadgets. Using the internet and electronic gadgets to start. Okay, this is one way of beginning. That is, you are beginning this with the highest allocation. But if you see carefully, the highest allocation is what is called for the traditional system. So if you write it in this way, you are ignoring the importance of that. That's why what we should do, you should not behave like me without proper planning. If you write, it will look like this. That's the reason why I have shown you clearly how to write with the proper plan. Even I have done it wantedly because of that reason. That is, you need to know how important should be given. No doubt 30% is the lion's share when it comes to the total pie chart. 30% share is for internet and electronic gadgets. But that is not how you should actually look at it. When you compound in, this is your analysis. This is your own analysis. So when you see your own analysis, how this will come, you need to be focused on that part. So let us see how that is going to be helpful to us. So as you can see here, technology is for what is called 30%. That is only for 30%. Then traditional learning, traditional is 45%. So we should give this priority. Then second point will be this. Third point will be the text-based, and that is the third one. So you will have to go in this way, and text-based will be 25, and so you should give the third priority to this. This is how you should be actually dividing the total information which has been given, so that you can explicitly indicate your creative abilities as well as analytical parts. Whether you are truly analytical or not, people will be able to know only using these kind of strategies. So let us write it that way. So first we should be indicating the highest. So the graph, yesterday I said use the words like suggest and all. Okay, the graph indicates what? The dominance of, isn't it? The dominance of what? The dominance of traditional systems of learning. Traditional systems of learning. What is the traditional system of learning? That is not mentioned. So that is teacher-student interaction. You can see traditional system of learning includes 20% plus 25%. 20% is what is called private, 25% is private tuitions and classroom and self-study. So traditional systems of learning, learning which includes which systems, therefore which include what? Classroom classroom, teaching classroom, tuitions, and self-study. Good start. This is the first point which you should. The next, okay, the next source of knowledge acquisition, the next source of knowledge acquisition is internet, and other technological tools or gadgets as they give. Okay, which occupy, okay, occupy 30%. Finally, so that is the last. Finally, text-based activities. Finally, or we can write in this way. The remaining 25% is occupied by the remaining 25% is occupied by the remaining 25% is occupied by none other than, what is it? Is occupied by guides and notes. Otherwise, you can write in this way also. Students use 10% of info is collected through or with the help of guides and notes, while the remaining 15% goes to, what is that? Books and magazines. So this is what is the special features of the diagram, and then the third one is the analysis of the cited elements. What are the elements that are cited? You need to be analyzing them. So the analysis of the cited elements. So the second and the third. If you see here from our text-based activities, this is the second one. After that, from here you have the third one. And what is the third one? The graph indicates the dominance of traditional systems up to the last. You have the third one. So let us see in the second part how many words we used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 71. So you have got 71 words here. But please remember, if you count every word, it will be like that. So this is 1. So I counted it as 2 words. So let us take it as 1. So 1 word from 71, in fact, it becomes 70. Then it comes to compound nouns. This is 1 and then this is another. So you have got altogether 3 words more to be cut from 71. So it comes to 68 words. So here you have 22 words. Let me write it a little aside like this. Here we write 22 and here we write what is called 68. So you have got altogether 90 words already consumed, and then you are going to write the last part. And what is the last part? What is the conclusion or projection? Either you can write. What is the conclusion and what is the projection? You must be writing here. So these are the 4 questions which will help you navigate through the passage and the text so that you can write. So let us, without any further delay, go to the last part. That is, what is the conclusion or what is the projection of this particular diagram? Let us simply see here. If you see what is the conclusion and projection, what does it project? See, earlier this part was also shared by others. Now technology has got a major share. So it is undoubted. So that's what you need to mention. So if you see individually, if you take care of the total diagram and consider it individually, you see 30% went to technology. That is that above the technology, there is no other element. There is no other source which is more than that particular thing. So what does it indicate? It just indicates that technology is dominating in giving us, or in what is called taking the total thing into self-reliance of learning. So that something related to that point we must be writing in the end. So let me take you to that. And please remember, children, we don't have many words now. As you see here, you don't have many words. Altogether, you have got 10 more words. That's why, like extempore lecture, I am writing right in front of you with all the corrections that are possible with reference to a very ordinary student. I am not talking with reference to a very high-fi student who is very much intelligent. A very ordinary student, how the student can write a particular diagram-based analysis, I am indicating here. So, dear children, focus very clearly as how this is going to help us in giving us a complete analysis of that particular document. So, image. So, let us write what exactly it means as the conclusion or projection. In this case, you don't have any projection, but you can also think what would happen. So, you can say the graph is an example of dominance of, or instead of dominance, usage of the use of technology. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have got here 10 words. So altogether the total word limit has been met. Usually this word limit is something which is +5 or -5. Don't go more than this. If they say 100 words, you can go up to 105, but not more than that. Similarly, 95 up to 105, you can take any answer for that matter. If they give a word limit +5, -5. I am not telling with reference to our exam alone. Even there are some other examinations in like Cambridge ESOL or edX for that matter, or even Future Learn, or my own what are called Cambridge University sponsored career development program examinations. Whenever they say in the writing paper, write the answer in 300 words, they say it can be between 295 and 305 because this is extempore writing. You are not planning for anything. You are on the spot, you are asked to write, so you are writing on the spot. So they will give an edge of 10 words, but definitely not more than 10 words. So please remember that. So the graph is a very clear example of the use of technology in learning. So you can write even that phrase, it doesn't really make much difference in your marks. That's it. Use of technology in knowledge acquisition. So altogether you have got some 2 words extra. Knowledge acquisition 1 word, in is 1 word. So you got one extra word, two words here. So altogether it will be 102. Don't worry if it is plus 5, minus 5, don't worry. If it is more, then please see that anything can be removed. For example, systems of learning which include I wrote. Instead of which include, I can write including. If I write including here, one word I can get, and then it will become 101. So like that here and there, you can remove one or the other, and then you can remove and put a semicolon and remove and then you can take one more word. It is also possible. If you insist, we can go in that way also, but there is no problem. We can go in this fashion also, and it comes to altogether 102 words. How many words are there? Altogether 102, and the activity is done. Now you see, this is, so what does it mean? It means we are changing a particular diagram, and what did we write here? We wrote another than a text. So this is the text. So the diagram has been changed into what is called a text. So this is text. So the diagram has been changed into a text. So pie chart is given the shape of, this is changed into text. A particular diagram is changed into a text. This is what is called graphic transcription. So graphic is changed into text, script. This is the script, this is the graph, and this is the mechanism of changing. And then I have given you how to identify the person and how to draft the total thing. This is what is expected by the examiner. You need not write more than that. Now you see children, what we did is this. This is very important. This is novel. This is called analysis. Now what we wrote here or what we analyzed here, this has been given a word form. Whatever we wrote here, that has been given a word form. That for this particular activity, we have been given how many marks altogether? 5 marks have been allocated. So this is how we must be going about with this particular person. This is person number 33B. In fact, last night I shared some of the documents, some of the like in picture form. We actually circulated that material last year before the examination. You know the present situations and we are not able to do. So that is why what I did was I collected all those things in the form of an exercise and I shared it in the form of a photograph, and it is exclusively for you. We didn't we created only what is called the mechanism of doing, but we didn't create exercises. So this time exclusively last night I created some extra exercises and shared them with you within our own WhatsApp groups. Using this particular mechanism, I hope you will definitely do that. So as you have observed, when I was writing the whole thing, it took hardly 3-4 minutes. The central part of that entire writing which aids us is none other than this division, this analysis. As quickly as possible, if you can make out this analysis, so quickly you can write this. So if you can write in this way, you will definitely be given 5 marks because it contains all the 4 important parts. As I clearly indicated, these are the parts. So this is introduction. This is your analysis. Okay. This is picture analysis. Okay. This is picture analysis. And finally, as you can easily say, this is other than the projection or conclusion. Either you can call. This is how the total thing has to be taken. Now I am moving aside so that you can take this entire content as a photograph or as a screenshot so that you can use them in your exercise or composing answers to the exercise that I have already shared with you, and they are already there in our WhatsApp groups. I hope you have taken the screenshot of this entire content. Now let me take you to the next one. that is other than the reverse of this. My dear students, I am doing this part now itself. The reason is we are still in graphic transcription. Of course, 33% has another person, and that is other than speech writing. So speech writing, dialogue writing, I will do them as one unit. Now I will take you to the next part of this one, and it is today my plan is to complete the entire grammar part and give chance to what is called the students so that they can learn something about the various texts. Some of the students were calling me and asking me to summarize the text. So in my today's class, I am going to take up the 4 stories. Actually, I told you yesterday itself that we are going to do it, rather we divide it between myself and Dhinana sir. I told you, but today I am taking up the next class also. With a gap of 10 minutes, I will come back once this grammar part is over. I will definitely come back and take up what is called the textual explanation. Tomorrow's class will be similar to today's class. That is, first session I will ask sir to explain poetry part. Then in the next session I will come and explain you certain important things on how your behavior should be in the examination hall, and after that how you are to behave with your question paper, time, and even your own conveniences, inconveniences, how to read them, how to tackle with them, all these things you must be doing. So with that, our particular what is called learning sessions will come to an end, and that is what is going to be my tomorrow's session. But let us take up the next activity, which is related to the similar one, but in another way. As I told you, graphic transcription means first there will be none other than. Okay, let me write it here as rough. We have diagram. On one side you have diagram, on other side you have text. So diagram is converted into text. That we have already seen. But I also told you there can be instances wherein there is a text which should be converted into a diagram. And that's what we are going to see now. So how a particular given text can be converted into a diagram, that is what we are going to see. Now, so I told the students also, because I have already made the notes. How many? Bundles don't come on my only number of pages. Sorry for that small delay. Now let us see how a particular text can be converted into a diagram. I am writing a small text on the board. I need your patience. Imagine that when you are reading this particular text itself, when I am writing, you imagine that you are reading along with me, so that much of the time that you think is wasted is not wasted at all. So let us simply start in that way. So vertebrate animals. Look at this. Vertebrate animals. Okay. Vertebrate animals. Is it visible? Vertebrate animals. Okay. Vertebrate animals can be either warm-blooded, can be either warm-blooded or cold-blooded, if I am or cold-blooded. Okay, this is the first point. Then, a cold-blooded animal cannot maintain constant body temperature. A cold-blooded animal cannot maintain body temperature. Okay, then the temperature of their body is determined by the temperature of their body The temperature of their body is determined by the outside surroundings, by the outside surroundings. Cold-blooded animals are also called cold-blooded animals are also called ectothermic. That is minimum temperature, which means outside heat. Which means outside heat. Then they are reptiles, amphibians, and fish. They are reptiles, amphibians, and I'm sorry to write this word, they wrote fishes, I am writing as it is. Warm-blooded animals are able to regulate their internal temperature. Warm-blooded animals are able to regulate their internal temperature. Internal temperature. Then they have fur and feather to keep them warm. They have fur and feather to keep them warm. Finally, they are endothermic and include birds and mammals. They are endothermic. Endothermic means inside heat. Ecto means outside. Inside heat and include birds and mammals. Now this is the passage. I need to write down the passage. This 5 minutes, I cannot help it. I know very well that our time is precious, but this is a part of the total game. Kindly take it in that way. So this is the text. What has been given is a text. Our KU board is very student. What is called pro, I should say. They are really more helpful to the students. Usually in such questions what they do, the text is given and it is the student who has to determine the diagram. What kind of diagram has to be drawn is usually determined by the student, not by the question or the examiner or anybody. But in our case, even the question is also, even the chart is also given. So what we need to do is read the passage and write the answers correctly. So here you have vertebrates. So that is what is given, either. So here it is given as vertebrates either, and then you have two blocks in this way. One is, here it is written 1. I take a longer box. This is the first layer. You have the first division. Then it is given as R. So next one is also called. So you have another. The third one, here also you have also called. So if you see the information flow, it is a little more systematic than the information given in the text. In the text, the information is a little bit jumbled. You are going to put them straight. Then here you have they are dash. Here you have 1. They are not 1. Very good. It is not 1. I'm sorry. You are going to have 2 things here. They are, first one, this blank has been filled in already. They are birds. The second one you have to write. What is the second one? You need to be filling here. And then here you have again one more time coming up. They are, and you see this they are again has 2 divisions. The first division is here. This division, second division, and of course we have a third division also. So you have got a lot many divisions here and lot many blanks are there. At every level, usually we are given one clue. But anyway, don't worry, even if there is no clue, we can easily identify. In the case of third, we have got a clue. So this is blank number 1. Let me write 1. This is 2, blank number 2. This is 3. And then this is 4, this is 5, and this is 6. Okay, and this is 7, and finally this is 8. So 8 into half, you have got totally how many? You have got altogether 8 into half, 4. So let us see how the answers can be got from the very text. There are some clues. They are called text. You can do it very quickly. First of all, vertebrates either. See, look for those words. What is called either? Do you find either here? And the next word is or. When reading itself, you will see like this. That is, what you need to do is the words. This is the method. I am writing the method here. So the activity is text is converted into diagram. So the first method is identify the what are the words that we need to identify? Identify the similar words. Identify the similar words. I think you are able to see that. Identify the similar words. What are the similar words you have? You need to be identifying that. Then identify. If you remember correctly, I gave you certain things like you remember this name, number, notion, and notion is divided into Q. That is other than what is the Q? Q stands for quality and another is quantity. One is quality, another is quantity. You need to be identifying all this. This is the exercise for which you are going to get your marks. And then check the answer. This is another thing. Whether you have written the correct answer or not, you need to be checking. And spellings especially, you need to be very conscious with your spellings. So these are the 3 important steps which you have to check. Another thing that I would like to add is check how many layers are there. How many layers of information. How many layers of information do we have in the diagram? You need to be checking. So in this case, how many layers are there? This is the first layer, this is first, this is second, this is third, this is fourth. So there are 4 layers. There are 4 layers of information in this particular diagram, and how they are connected we have to see in the text. So let us simply see this one. So first one is either or. You found either and then or. So first one is warm-blooded, or you can find or and then it is cold-blooded. You see the flow of the diagram. The numbers indicate how the information is arranged in the text. That is very important. Follow the question numbers or blank numbers. Follow the blank numbers. That is very important. What exactly is the blank number? You need to be following that order only, not according to the information that is found in the diagram. You will not get the answer, so or rather you may get the wrong answer. So the correct mechanism is you have to follow the digits. 1 is followed by 2, and after that it is called also called. So see, you see here, second is what is called cold-blooded, and you find that expression. Cold-blooded, you will find. So whatever that is written, that is going to be written, is related to cold-blooded only. You can do another important thing. Up to which point cold-blooded or next one comes, you can see. Now you see, up to here. Here there is a break. So this is the first break. This is the second break. You can find a second break here, and then some information is being given here. So that is how you need to be identifying in the beginning itself. So here you have warm-blooded. You can see the word warm-blooded here. So whatever that contains on the left-hand side of the diagram is related to warm-blooded group, because we started with warm-blooded here. Sir, don't ask me, sir, can we write cold-blooded and then warm-blooded? If the diagram is your own diagram and the question numbers or point numbers or division numbers or whatever you call, they have been decided by you, you can first bring it here and you can take the remaining part there. There is no problem. But do not do that thing here. You have to follow the flow of the diagram only, and you have to use that flow. So first is followed by second. What is the second part? The second part is cold-blooded part. So you cannot go with any other thing. You cannot write warm-blooded part here. So you need to be following that kind of order only. That has to be kept in mind, and you should not forego that. So cold-blooded, what exactly is that? You are going to write one after the other. So cold-blooded is also called. Look for that word. Where is that particular word? You must see. Are also called. Look at this. I am underlining. Are also called, and then you have the answer. What is the answer? I will tick the answers or box the answers. Let me box the answers. Okay. These are the answers. Whatever that I box here, they are the answers. So here also you have a box diagram. What is that? Ectothermic. So cold-blooded are called ectothermic. 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 They are called ectothermic. And cold-blooded animals are also called ectothermic, which means outside heat. There is nothing about outside heat at all. That division is not given. What is the meaning? There is no provision for meaning. So you need not worry about it. If you are drawing your own chart, then you may have to include that. But here there is no such provision. We need not worry about it. So then what are the three? There are three things which are included. They are other than you see here. Even though there could be some grammar mistakes and other things, we need not worry about it. What is given, we need to be right. We need not write and because there is no provision here. Only this part, whatever that is remaining, we need to write. So the first answer will be what is called reptiles. 4, 5, 6. So reptiles. Please don't write like this. 6 is reptiles. I will write. It is not possible. Don't write. Whatever the answer is, because in the answer key of the examiner, 4th will be reptiles only. So if you write what is called amphibians or fishes or other than this reptiles, you are given a wrong mark. Please remember that. Next, you follow the order exactly. The next one is amphibians, and finally fishes. In large quantity, it is better to write fish. But anyway, we need not worry about it. We need to be writing fishes. So this is how it must be written. For the sake of convenience, I wrote in cross manner. You need not write in the cross manner. You can write in the normal way. Or else, if you wish, I would like to write in that way only. Maybe you may think in that way. Maybe sir has written. I should also write like that. Don't go. It is only for the sake of a small what is called design. I wrote it in that way. You need not mimic me. You need not write in that form. If you really want to write, mimic me those things which actually fetch you good marks. Those things you do, not the things which actually are required or not required. Okay, now let me write the answers once again. First one is reptiles. Second one is amphibians. Third one is fishes. That's it. Write only this much, you have got your marks. And then let us go to the seventh one. Again, also called. You need to be looking at it. Easily you can guess now. If it is ectothermic, there must be another word which is related to same thermic, and that is endothermic. So please write down that endothermic. Endothermic. And finally, eighth one that includes, you see, birds is already given, so you need not write again. And the last one is other than mammals. So you need to be writing that word, mammals. So immediately you will ask me, thank you sir, thank you very much, you have explained it wonderfully. So we will write one warm-blooded, two cold-blooded, then three ectothermic, fourth reptiles, five amphibians, six fishes, seventh endothermic, and eighth mammals, like that we will write. If you write like that, zero. Sir, what you have explained everything and you asked us to write and again say zero. I didn't say that. You have to write only the answers. You must remember, you need to draw the whole diagram and write. So, I am using another ink to highlight that one, that is draw the diagram. Draw the diagram and fill the details. And fill in the details. Please remember this. This is very, very important. Draw the diagram and then fill in the details. I have indicated it in a special ink so that you will not forget it. This is very important. Draw the diagram and fill in the what is called details. Only then you will be given 4 marks. Otherwise, as I told you several times, I have been indicating you that you will go into the hands of the examiner and his generosity and his kindness. We don't want any examiner's kindness for that matter. Why should we want any examiner's kindness? I don't understand. Why should an examiner be very much kind upon us? There is no need. There is no need. See, we are the people. You remember that particular example which I gave you, the analogy, a crying baby and the donor of a chocolate. So what the crying baby wants, the donor will be giving to see that happy smile on the face. Not a grim smile, you see, many people smile, purse the lips, different types of smiles are there. Of course, that is beyond the purview of today's class. So this is how you must be writing the answer. That is, the total text must be drawn. Why is it like that, sir? Look at the activity, sir. What is the activity? The activity is text is converted into diagram. So where is the diagram, sir? If you do not draw the diagram, where is that graphic transcription happened? Where is that change taking place? In the previous exercise of question number 33, we saw a diagram changed into what is called a particular text. Now, a particular text is given. This is question number 31. Okay, a text is given and it has to be changed into a diagram. So, without drawing the diagram, where is that particular logic to say that you have performed graphic transcription in the reverse order? When that is the question, you need to perform it. If you do not perform, it just indicates that your particular activity has been haphazard. And if you are doing activities in a haphazard manner, and please remember, the examiner can be very hazardous and he will give you half marks or no marks also. Haphazard can have hazard and half embedded in that, and it can be like that. As usually, I am just moving away from the board so that you can take a small, what is called the screenshot of that particular thing. And after that, I will come back and take up the last but one topic, that is none other than the speech writing topic. After speech writing, we will take up a very small one, that is none other than the dialogue writing. I hope this time is enough. Now I will remove this part and I need your attention for a few minutes so that I can indicate you what is called the next part, and it is speech writing. We will take up speech writing, and what exactly you need to do there, I will expostulate within a very short span of time. I will not take much of my time for it. You need to be just focused on certain things. Just focus on that. And after that, I will take you to dialogue writing. And these two topics, very fast we will explain. Majority, why I explain? Because of two important reasons. First one is this dialogue writing may not fetch you the complete percentage of marks which we are aiming at. We need some higher marks, as I said, 95 and above. If you go with this particular speech writing, although we think that it is an easy task, when it comes to actuality, it is not an easy task. It is going to be a little bit tougher task only, according to me. So let us go to the next one, and it is speech writing. Now, what is speech writing? How it should be written? Let us see. Speech writing. Fundamentally, this is question number 33, as I told you, and it is for 5 marks, and this is A. 33B is graphic transcription, that is today's first one. That is a particular diagram is given, change it into a text. Now, this is the first one, that is speech writing. First comes speech, then comes what is called this the graphic transcription person. Now, let us see what exactly, how the person reads. Let us take up a previous question paper and see how the person actually reads. Now, you see, first it says, imagine you are the secretary of your college. Okay, before I go, I see, as you can see here, this part, this person, if you see, this is person number 32. Yesterday, I shared some of the students like Bhaskar and another student, two students called me up and asked me to share. Even day before yesterday, also some 7 students called me. Like that, some students were posting even in our groups regarding letter writing format. I asked you people to refer to the lecture given by Dinanath sir before proceeding further. But anyhow, it would be useful like that, I thought, and I shared with you that particular lecture, that particular diagram which indicates the use of the model, especially the format, how that particular letter has to be written. So I definitely feel that you actually see that particular video before you proceed further and write that particular thing. Now, what happens here is there is a question given for how the question is. Let us see. Imagine, okay, imagine you are the secretary of your college. You are the secretary of your. You are the secretary of your college. Of your college. Imagine you are the secretary of your college. Okay. Then, what have you to do? On the occasion of college day, you are given the responsibility of introducing. On the occasion of the college day, you are given the responsibility of introducing the chief guest, introducing the chief guest to the audience, We'll start. Write a speech in about 100 words. So write a speech in about 100 words. How? Using the points given in the profile. Using the points given in the profile. Using the points given in the very profile. Whatever the points that you wish to give must be indicated very clearly. So how this particular question can be analyzed, let us see now. So that is how it should be it should be proceeded, so that we will definitely know the mechanism of answering. As usual, I say to you, first you need to imagine. So you are not going to write like any other person. You should be writing like the secretary of your college. How a secretary would write, like that you must be writing first of all. The second thing is, what is the main activity? The main activity is this. So this is what you need to be writing. First you need to imagine, then you need to introduce. So this is the first type of activity, and this is the second. This is the operative verb. As I said, this is the type of the activity. This is the operative verb. If you say operative verb, from the operative verb, what do you understand? From the operative verb, we understand that you are going to draft what is called a guest introduction. You are going to write a guest introduction. That is what is in your head, or that is what you are going to write. So it is the speech. Guest introduction is also none other than a speech. That is the reason why I gave you the heading speech writing. Otherwise, we should call it guest introduction only. It is a speech, and you have got a word limit also. What is the word limit? This is the word limit, extend word limit, 100 words. And how many marks? This is for 5 marks. So from the given person, this is what we will get as the primary analysis. And what you get is a chief guest name will be given. There is a CG name, chief guest name. One person's name will be given. Then some other details like native, some other details like education, what is his or her education, and finally profile. There will be some profile of information that is being given. Usually, this is the format. This is the format. Usually, this is the format. You must use the format, and you must be introducing that particular guest to the people. So, who have come over there. So, using this, you need to be writing the text. So, here also there is nothing more to plan. The reason is, the important information that we require is already given. I am not writing it because it will save much of our time, and my intention is for you to be writing the total text, and I will write somewhere I will utilize only this much of space, so that I can clearly indicate even the individual parts of this total exercise. What are the various parts that should be actually indicated, or that are really required in this activity? That also we will understand. I will try my best to explain. Okay, let us now start. What exactly this was, we need to be knowing. So when we know a person, a particular person, sometimes that person is very famous, sometimes that person is not so famous. So whether famous or not, we assume that that person is not very much known to the public. For example, the question paper which I have in my hands contains a personality's name which is known to everyone. So if anybody says we don't know this personality, it means they are either not a person belonging to this country, or they are not with society or social interactions and other things. Okay, a very strange incident happened in the with reference to Raj Kapoor, the old famous film actor. So what happened was, there was a time when Raj Kapoor was traveling in the flight along with another great personality. He is none other than our J.R.D. Tata. Tata and Raj Kapoor both were sitting side by side. Seeing Raj Kapoor, so many people came, took his autographs, and they went. And after some time, the entire aircraft became quiet because nobody is allowed to move here and there. Everybody is quiet. JRD was actually doing his own work. He didn't even look at Raj Kapoor. So late Raj Kapoor felt a little bit annoyed, it seems, and he asked, "Don't you know me?" Then JRD replied, "Sorry, I don't know who you are." Raj Kapoor was shocked, it seems. He said, "I am a very famous film actor. I have done this." But JRD admitted very honestly that he didn't know. He didn't know that particular personality. Many times it happens. We don't know that particular person. That is what another Raj Kinger, a very famous journalist, Raj Kinger, he says he writes in one of his letters, he says, even when the real Newton comes and stands in front of us, we are not in a position to recognize the real Newton because we are so much interested in his Newton's formulas and other things. Even when straight from paradise, if the real person comes and stands in front of us, we may not be in a position to recognize him. Like that, we can say. 15 minutes. अभी ये topic होने के बाद चलेगा सर 15 मिनट के बाद मैं नहीं स्टॉप करूं let's करो 2:45 मैं आपको बुला Okay, so that is what it happens. Sometimes that is also possible, and how we have to tackle such situations. It would be a little embarrassing to the people when people have got so much of reputation and still people are not in a position to recognize, and still we feel a little bit embarrassed. So here we have an exercise in which we have a very famous personality, and her name is Mrs. Sudha Murthy. So Sudha Murthy madam, she is none other than Sudha Murthy madam herself, and she's a native of Shikon in Karnataka. She completed her electrical engineering course in BE from BBB College, Hubballi, and some profile has been given. So we need to be looking at only these many points, and we should be writing the very speech. So you need to be introducing the guest. So you can write something like you need to write the beginning part. Who is going to be attending that particular gathering? As you can see here, the occasion demands. So it is the occasion of college day. So college day celebrations, there are many people who have come. Even the CEO might have come, or even the head of the institution, or president of the institution, or so many other scintillating personalities might have come. So you need to be talking in that particular range. So you can start something like venerable guests of honor. First of all, you need to be respecting them. Venerable guests of honor, you can say. Also, it is better to mention the very chief guest itself. That would be better. Always you can ask with the management regarding if it is a live session, you need to be following certain protocols. But here, of course, we can play with it. Venerable means respectful. Don't write respected. Respectful is the right word. So, respectful personalities. Venerable is a better word. Venerable, what is the chief guest? Because the chief guest is the most important attraction of the day. Second one is the venerable chief guest. Then dignitaries on the dais. So you can write that, or you can write dignitaries or president. You can write in that way. You can write the chief guest, venerable chief guest, president of our organization. So these people will definitely be there. Organization. Then invited guests. Okay, and my dear friends. Directly you can write. Invited guests. Or if you feel like mentioning teachers, you can also mention that one here. So, and then honorable teachers, honorable principal, teachers and staff. Principal, teachers and staff. Okay. This is the first one. So the and staff and other personalities. Sometimes there can be press and other people and other personalities. I feel it I feel it my privilege, nor I feel it my, I feel it an honor, or I feel it an honor to introduce Mrs. Sudhamurthy, okay, Mrs. Sudhamurthy, the scintillating, okay, or who needs very little introduction. That is better. Who needs very little introduction. Who needs very little introduction. Who needs very little introduction? We'll start. She, you can make, okay? Instead of she, you can combine the points, no problem. This first female engineer, female engineer hired by telco, okay, was born, you can say like it was a native of, it is written, Shigong, this is the word, Shigong, full stop, Karnataka, Shigong, Karnataka, full stop. Then, she always directly you can read. She completed, or she is a B in electrical engineering. She is a BE in electrical engineering. From and an alumnus. Alumnus means former student, and an alumnus. Alumni is plural. Alumnus is singular, and an alumnus of former student of BBB College. It is given already. BBB College, Hubballi. Full stop. Then. Right? Now it is given chairperson of Infosys Foundation, member of Public Healthcare Initiatives of the Gates Foundation. She is a teacher, philanthropist, and a writer in Kannada and English, awarded Padma Shri in 2006. Okay, so this Padma Shri awardee, this Padma Shri awardee, okay, in 2006. You can write in this way, or we can change it because year has been given. Let us not mention it in this way. We can mention it as the last point. This, what is called this very famous. This famous personality, or this, instead of writing in that way, let us read it. Apart from the chairperson of the institute, apart from being the chairperson of the Infosys Foundation. She is a member. She is a member of public healthcare initiatives. Public healthcare, public healthcare initiatives of the public healthcare initiatives of the.
You need to speak. They just papers are not available. Yes. So she needed the list of the papers which are available. The entire list I am going to do. So we can get it back from
Tomorrow.
Fourth will be tomorrow morning. And third, Jason Madam said that first evening she is somehow attending. The list is good.
Only Tejashwini Madam says pending. She said she would by tomorrow. Healthcare initiatives of of the Gates Foundation. Of the Gates Foundation. Full stop. Okay. Then besides what? Besides being a teacher and being a philanthropist. Philanthropist means love. Anthrop means human being. Philanthropist. Besides being a philanthropist and a writer. Besides being a philanthropist and we should not write that. Besides being a philanthropist, she is a teacher and also a famous writer. You need to excuse me, dear children, for the breaks in the middle. I have some other important issues to attend. Anyway, and a writer and a famous writer. She wrote books in English and Kannada. Finally, she was awarded. Padma Shri. She was awarded Padma Shri in 2006. Now you see, this is what has been given. If you see here, this is the beginning part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So up to this point, which is the first part, 31 words we have used. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. So you have got 75 words here. There you got 33. Altogether you have got 108 words. So here you have 75 words. Okay. So here you have got 33. So here you have 33. So 33 plus this one, totally it comes to 108 words. So 108 words is not the correct requirement that we want. This has to be changed. So how can we change? Now we need to be what is called removing some words here and there. How to do it? Now look at this. These two, right? See, she is a BE in electrical engineering. This part. Okay? So this part, this entire thing can be changed. This entire thing can be changed. I am indicating. Wantedly I have done a mistake. and I am indicating you how these things can be done. It's not a mistake, it's rather indicating the increase in the number of words. This is not a mistake. Had it been more than the word limit, had it been 110 words, it would have been correct only. But how this can be done, that is what I am indicating you. You see, she is a BE in electrical engineering and an alumnus. Instead of that, you can write it like this. Besides can being besides being, you can also write like that instead, because we used besides being here. That's what, and why should we write the same kind of a structure? So you can write like that. She is an electrical. She is an electrical engineer. Okay, engineer. She is an electrical engineer, and no need of an, because already you have written that, or we will put it like this. Okay, let it be. Now you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it means we have reduced 5 words. So it means it comes to 105 words. 3 words we have reduced. Let us see if we can minus some more words here and there. I feel it an honor to introduce Mrs. Sudha Murthy, who needs very little introduction. Who I no need of this part. We will cut this part because we need some more words. If you cut this part, again introduce Mrs. Sudhamurthy. So if you can cut this part, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can remove even 5 more words and it comes to 100 exact words. So by writing what is called the facts which are given in our own sentences and reframing the sentences, we can get to the final number of words. So this is the way. So what exactly we do here? We do here, this part is cut, remove part. This is the remove part. So first what we do, we write the text first and then see if the word limit is exactly is exactly coming up there or not, we see. Usually when guest introduction starts, whenever we wish to introduce anybody, automatically new words flow, sentences become lengthier, and then we become a little bit flowery in language, and then decorative part will be more. Due to these reasons, and metaphorically, scientifically it won't come. As in the case of graphic transcription. In the case of graphic transcription, as you can see there very clearly, the words are very limited and we can use exact number of words. You have seen me how I wrote. When I was writing the exact number of words, we got it. And there was no difficulty at all because the data is very clear. Here also the data is very clear, but when you are actually talking about a person, automatically we will start introducing the person in our own way. That is, there are more chances for our own personal opinions to act upon. So personal opinions come. Once this personal opinionization, that opining comes, the act of opining requires more number of words. Once this act of, how to minimize this act of opining, that requires a lot of what is called practice. And at this particular time, in the 11th hour, I don't want people to focus on that particular thing. That is the reason why in the beginning itself I said the information, when it is transferred from one form to another, this is also one kind of information transfer. This is text to text. From text, it is in points. From points to what is called explanations. From points to explanations, we are going. So this is text to text explanation only. This is text to text description only. So we are going in that way. Because we are going in that way, we follow what is called this elongation of thoughts and other things. I hope when I was a little bit aside, you have already taken the photograph of this one. I hope it is better to avoid this person because the word limit is what is really troubling me. It is, we say that it should be done. The total act must be completed within 100 words. So 100 words, it's not so easy as we expected. It's not so easy. Within 100 words, it's not possible. So I feel even if we do it, it will be very brief. So better it is we skip this question and select what is called B, 33B, which is other than the graphic transcription. I have given you some time for you to take the photograph of it. Now I will talk to you about what is called the dialogue writing. And for dialogue writing, I don't think I need to explain it much better. This is nothing but what you did in the first year PU course. In the first year PU course, you have dialogue writing, and your workbook, first year workbook, has got a detailed account of dialogue. There are many what are called language functions being given and how various expressions can be used in the name of language functions. That also has been given very clearly. So I am just reminding you, I am not at all really worried about it. I am more worried about your performance with reference to reported speech. I hope every one of you will definitely go through the shortcut method, which I would definitely indicated with the help of Dhirana. I told him to explain the shortcut method. Still, if you feel that you are not very much comfortable with that shortcut method, just let me know by groups, and immediately I would make an attempt to reframe that entire thing in the form of a small diagram and give you. So the easier method would definitely be beneficial. So you are going to have this what is called the 28%, which is not dialogue writing as such. You are going to complete the dialogue. Dialogue completion only. Dialogue completion means a particular dialogue has already been given with 4 blanks inside. So what you need to do is you need to fill up those blanks. We will do some exercises here. Dialogue filling. This is not dialogue writing. This is what is called dialogue filling. So let us see with the first. The first one is, look at this. Mother, there is a context already given. My dear children, you need to be writing the whole dialogue. Yesterday there was a question asked to me. Sir, if you have been telling us that we need to be writing all the persons. Yes, you need to be writing, especially the verb forms, tenses, and then what is called the linking devices, vocabulary contents, or then the diagram which I just have explained. So all these things must be written. Definitely, the entire thing must be drawn. So will it not take much time? It won't take much time provided you are on to it. Okay, if you write only the answers, you are not doing justice to the paper. Of course, you can write what is there, but if you are aiming at 95 plus, do not do these mistakes. These are all definitely mistakes. So let us start with the first one. Mother says, can you book a car for me? Can you book? So there is a context here. Can you book a car for me? This is the question. Then the answer will be some reply. Some comes up with the reply. It is dash. Here in the brackets, the language function will be given. What is that? Agreeing. Where do you want to go? It is given like this. Where do you want to go? Want to go. Where do you want to go? Like that, the thing. Then mother says something. So there is a dialogue. And then this is giving info. Where she wants. It is our own choice. You can say anything. Then, at what time do you need the car, son? At what time do you need the car? Now you see. Then mother says sometime. Mother says mentioning time or mentions time. She mentions sometime. And then, okay, I will book it. Son says, okay, I will book it. And finally, you have mother says, dash expressing gratitude. Expressing gratitude. Like that it is given. You see, it's a very simple exercise. I need not explain much. Easily anybody can guess. Please remember, there is no need for you to write in full sentences. First of all, remember that. Unless it is very much essential and demanding for that particular person. Unless and until that is there, we need not write it in an entirely elongated manner. Don't worry about that particular point. So, can you book a car for me? The case language function is agreeing. So you can say, yes, I will. Yes, mother, I will. You can say that would be better. Yes, mother, I will. Not I shall, but I will. Mother says, giving info. So where do you want to go? Don't say I want to go. You can say that also. Better it is, I want to go to the temple. Choose the timing according to the temple, not in the midnight, obviously. I want to go to the temple in the midnight. That is not a regular context in which these things will operate. So, at what time do you need the car? Then, evening, something like very sensible time you can mention, something like 5 p.m. or at 5 o'clock. You can say at 5 p.m. So I need the car at 5 p.m. There is no need. Directly you can write at 5 p.m. But as we always expect people to speak in fuller sentences, I also advocate you to write in fuller sentence, although it is not necessary. You can say, I need the car or I need it at 5 p.m. I need it at 5 p.m. You can obviously say. Then okay, I will book it. Then finally, thank you. Thank you, son. Thank you, son. Or thank you, my dear. You can say that way also. Thank you, my dear. Don't write once I give singer on the road, God bless you. Oh, God bless you is also good to write. But I don't think for booking a car, God's mention, it's not a very great thing that God's blessing is required at this particular point. Maybe while during the journey to the temple, we may require God's blessings or something like that. But for this, you need to mind your language. Of course, nobody will say no if you say this one. But better you put it in a very short way. So if you can write this much, yes, mother, I will. I want to go to the temple. I need it at 5 p.m. Thank you, my dear. If you can write these small phrases, you can definitely score 4 marks. So I always say you better refer to some 65, 75 pages, something like 65 to 75 pages of material we have in the first year workbook. We have a lot of material being given. Just have a look at it. Sir, we don't have the textbook right now. Don't say that one. The PU board is really kind enough to keep all the textbooks and workbooks in their website so that you can download as many times as possible in PDF form. Just download PDF form of the workbook of PU first year. Go through language functions once again. Just go through. It won't take much time. So hardly half an hour. Just keep on going through. Scroll down the pages. And obviously browse the content once. That's enough. You can definitely remember this and contextually you can write. So with this, I have completed all the language, what are called functions and parts. I will end the session here for just 5 minutes. I actually requested Dinana sir to come and take up poetry part. I wanted him to take up poetry part and I wanted him to deal with the summaries of poetry part. Although as I told you before, that was not in our agenda when we started because all the lessons have already been explained. I thought there is not really that important. So in tomorrow's class, Dinana sir will be definitely explaining poetry, the entire poetry, 6 poems he is going to explain in about 1 hour actually. Before me or after me, we see that. Before me only. First let him take and after that I will come and summarize the whatever things that we have done so far. I will summarize the order of questions, how you must be doing all these things. I will do in my tomorrow's class. But don't go away, because in the next session, in 5 minutes, I am starting. We will take up what is called the summaries of prose units. So we will do at least some 4 stories today. What are the most important things we will do, and after that I will come back to you once again. Thank you very much, my dear students, for coming all the way and staying with me for this particular session. I will be back in just 5 minutes. Thank you.